All right, y'all. So, one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to share with y'all what gear I use, why, and if it's worth getting, right, for y'all. So, right now, what we're going to do is we're going to compare two cameras. I have my Insta360 X4 on my left hand side, and then I have my DJI Pocket 3 on my right hand side. All right. So, right now, for the Pocket 3, uh, um, I have to put in here the follow me mode. That way the gimbal follows me everywhere. If I move this way, it's gonna follow me. If I move this way, and I'm keeping my hand straight, I'm not moving it. It's me that I'm moving, so the gimbal moves, right? On my Insta360 X4, I don't have to do anything. When I go to the studio, I click it on the studio follow me mode, and it follows me. Now there is a setting where I can go ahead and tell it to follow me right from the get-go, but personally I haven't found a need for it yet. All right, so those are definitely some of the main differences, but they pretty much essentially do the same thing. On the Pocket 3, you tell it to do it when you're doing it. On the X4, whenever you're in the studio. Okay, so that's one thing. While I'm here at the state park, I'm gonna use this scenery to show you also the graphics, sound, all that kind of stuff, right? So um, I'm trying to find where there's sun. I'm trying to find where there's shade. I'm trying to find those type of things. That way you can see the difference on the graphics, on the camera. And this is still all in the follow me mode of the Pocket 3, the Insta360. You can see 360, right? But all of that is done in the studio. Can I do it on my phone? Can I do it while I'm doing it? Yes, absolutely. You don't need to. That's the beauty of the Insta360. You don't have to worry about whenever you're actually at the place of like, oh, maybe I missed something, right? Maybe actually, let's go this way. You don't have to worry about like, oh man, I missed something. The camera was too high, too low. I missed what was behind me, right? Because sometimes things happen, right? You can be as prepared as possible as you want, right? But sometimes things are going to happen, right? And it's just nice to have a camera that's 360 and can catch absolutely everything. All right, now with the Pocket 3, moving over to the Pocket 3, if I don't capture it when I'm there, I just didn't capture it. Like, it's as simple as that. Oh, okay, I was gonna say I wanted to go this other way, but there's some vultures and they look scary, but I think they were more scared of me than I was of them. Okay, so yeah, now one thing I do gotta point out, which I guess I should have seen it before coming, this device I'm using, it's selfie stick and then bar. I'll show it to you. Obviously I'll put it on the screen. It's to hold two cameras. The DJI is holding on great, but the Insta360 X4, the screw that is being used on the device is too long for the Insta360 X4. So there's a gap in between the camera and the flat surface that it's laying on, so it's moving. So that's the, I don't know, I mean, I gotta look at the video to see how much it's really affecting it. I'm hoping not a lot, because so here's the thing about both of them. They both are great at not making your video look shaky. The DJI Pocket 3 on the right hand side, it's because it's on a gimbal, right? If you don't know what a gimbal is, it's pretty simple. It's just this device that you put your camera on and it stabilizes it, right? So let's say you're running, like for example, actually let's do that. Let's jog a little bit. So that's me jogging, all right? Dang it, I can see the X4 moving, so I'm gonna say there's not gonna be a true comparison because it is shaking. But back to what I was saying. So with the gimbal, right now I was jogging. What the gimbal does is it still makes the video look like this too, where if I didn't have a gimbal, me jogging, it would make the video bounce as I'm bouncing. All right, so that's the amazing thing about gimbals. Now, I've said it in other videos. Me personally, I don't like using them. The only reason why though is because I'm not good at using them. All right, that's the only reason why. If I was better at using them, yes, I probably would use them a little bit more. But here's the great thing about technology and people that are like me and don't know how to use a gimbal that great. The cameras that are coming out, let's move over to the Insta360 X4, already come with a great stabilizer without a gimbal, right? Or I don't know if the gimbal is inside. I don't know how that works. That's technology that's way above me. But the point is that it already comes with a stabilizer. So with my Insta360, we're gonna have to, obviously you guys are seeing it now, how it compares right now when I was running and jogging, how shaky each one of them was. I haven't seen it, but I mean, I made videos with my X4. I make them all the time and it is amazing. I love that camera. So that's another difference when it comes to that. Now you might ask yourself, so far it sounds like the Insta360 X4 is the better camera, right? Yes, right? And 90%, it's, in my opinion, this is all my opinion. Nobody pays me to do this, obviously, so you better believe this is just my opinion. I love the X4. If I would recommend any camera to y'all, it would be the Insta360 X4. Now, you're asking yourself, if you love the X4 so much, why did you get the DJI Pocket 3? Because I rarely use this now. When I first got it, used it all the time, and honestly, it's been collecting dust in my drawer. So you're asking yourself, why did you even get it in the first place, right? All right, we're gonna walk back because yeah, I think this is proving our point. Actually, as we're walking back, now I'm gonna turn you around. On my left hand side, on the Insta360 X4, I don't have to do absolutely anything. Whenever I'm in the studio and I see that the DJI Pocket 3 turns around, then I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around on there. So right now, Insta360 X4, it still remains untouched. I don't have to do a single thing to it but press on and press record. Everything else comes in the studio. All right, now for my DJI Pocket 3, it's not crazy. All right, so all I have to do on the bottom right hand side of the screen, there is a little button that once I press it, is gonna automatically turn that gimbal facing forward, which is an amazing feature. But most gimbals have it. It just so happened that this gimbal has the camera already on it, right? All right, so let me turn you around and I'll tell you why I got this Pocket 3. I just click the button. You guys see that? That's how easy it is to turn around the Pocket 3. All right, so David, why did you get the Pocket 3? Well, the Insta360, the GoPro, the Go 3, those cameras that I have, even my drone, are not meant for low light settings. It's not that they're bad at it. They're not meant for it. Right? Like a skateboard is not a bicycle, right? It's just not meant for it. All right, so I normally don't do night stuff. I really don't do night stuff, and that's the reason why I haven't used a lot of the Pocket 3. But the Pocket, when I do, I want the video to come out good, and that's what the Pocket 3 has. The Pocket 3 has a setting that's low light, and it's amazing, right? So that's the only reason the only reason me personally got the Pocket 3, right? So if you're into making videos in low light settings at night, like me, I got it because I was doing those Disneyland videos, and the rides inside are dark, right? So if you're doing that type of videos, you know, maybe filming indoors, things like that, with low light, the Pocket 3 is definitely what you will need. All right, but again, you gotta learn how to use the gimbal. So that's the next thing we're gonna talk about as we're almost here to the front. All right, so with the Insta360 again, I don't have to do a single thing. But with the DJI Pocket 3 on the right hand side, take a look at this. All right, so action cameras are meant for you look at here, you point the camera here, and that's where it's looking. If you point it to the right, that's where it's looking. Up, down, you get the point, right? But the Pocket 3, because it has a gimbal, if I turn too quickly, anyway I turn, the gimbal, its job is to keep the video going smoothly, right? So when I turn too quickly, that gimbal will not turn at the same speed as I'm turning the camera. Okay, it will not turn at the same speed. Why? Because it's trying to keep the video stable. All right, that's its job, that's its functionality. It's not gonna do it otherwise. All right, so let me show you. Here we go. I'm just gonna turn really quickly to the right. Boom, I'm already to the right, and my gimbal's still moving, still there it is. It caught up to me. All right, now I'm moving over to the left. Boom, still moving. You guys see that? Now that's not as bad. Now let's move up and down. That's where things start getting a little slower. Boom, 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 boom. You guys see that? So this happened to me when I was in a convention. I was thinking I was filming certain things, right? But because I was moving my camera a little too fast, because I'm used to an action camera, I used the GoPro for years, I thought I was filming here, but really what was coming out on video was this, right? So I'm like, dang it, I didn't show the whole thing because my gimbal wasn't where I thought it was, right? So on this one, if you're as long as you're constantly looking at the screen, or you know how to work a gimbal, yes, the Pocket 3 is an amazing camera. But me personally, the X4, if there's any camera that you would ask me, it's like, hey, which one should I get? My answer is going to be 99% of the time X4. So anyways, I hope I didn't make that video too long. Here, let me turn you around one last time. I've been told, so again, on my right hand side with my let me get under the street. I want to see the shade. It's because I'm trying to show you guys as much as I possibly can. So recently, and I know this, it's just sometimes I forget. Sometimes I just run off in thought, and if nobody stops me, I'm just gonna keep talking. And as you can see, there's nobody here to stop me. So yeah, I do realize that sometimes my videos run a little longer because I just keep on talking over and over again. But eventually, when there's someone here to stop me, they'll be like, yo, stop. Oh, actually, I'm glad. Last thing, I promise, and then we'll end this video because I still gotta do, I'm about to do a whole POV of that walk that we just did. The Insta360 X4 is 100% waterproof. I believe up to 30 feet. and then after that it needs a water case. Okay, but up to 30 feet, rain, pool is good. To the right, DJI Pocket 3, waterproof, 0%. do not get your Pocket 3 wet. All right, okay. That's it for this review. Hopefully it helps you out a little bit in deciding what camera to get, because they are expensive, so it's not easy to just be like, oh, that one, then it doesn't work out. So all right, I'll see y'all on the next video.